Hello,
Hello there. Good Erev Shabbos.
Avodah Zara to you.
How are we doing today?
Good, good.
Good.
And you?
Ready to go. Ready to roll.
That's good.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to fast, but I'm ready.
Sorry?
I don't know if I'm ready to fast,
Oh,
but by the end of tomorrow, we'll figure it out.
okay.
You're not learning tomorrow.
Sorry?
You're not learning tomorrow.
I didn't understand what you said.
Are you learning tomorrow in shul?
Uh, I don't see why not, but maybe it only says no. I don't know.
Hello, Mario. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Abe.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? Good.
Okay. Yeah. We should
Do
turn
we,
this into
do we learn tomorrow?
I don't think so. How are you gonna learn? Because basically what time you're gonna learn? I'm
Before
gonna
Mincha. No?
it's like you gotta eat you gotta eat. I don't know. It's up to Ernie. I don't know. I can't tell you. It's up to the boss.
So
Okay, where's the boss?
you are.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's what they said, Harold.
My wife is the boss. So tell me the real boss.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day today.
Oh my God, gorgeous.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, Sunday's probably going to be a nice beach day, but
Yeah.
always is.
Gonna be boiling or something. Hi, Johnny.
Hey,
How are you? How's Eileen doing?
okay. She had some blood test. It was all okay. Thank God.
Very
Oh,
good.
thank God.
Yeah.
Good to hear that.
Uh-huh. That's it. We're 45 today.
Yes.
45, Mishnah.
Oh, here's the boss.
Oh, good. Starts with a missionary.
Good Erev Shabbos. We're up to date with all the. I've sent out all the videos to the WhatsApp group. We're up to date with Sorba and Daf Yomi. Everyone should have received it.
Yeah, thank you. And
Mem
Okay.
hey,
Thanks.
tomorrow, Harold, what time is Mincha at Young Israel of Hancock Park? What
Hold
time is
on. Hold on.
yeah, it's a problem tomorrow with work,
No problem. Let's do it an hour before Mincha. 45 minutes before Mincha. We'll do two blot.
Mincha is
6
tomorrow.
o'clock.
Is
6
6
o'clock.
o'clock.
Huh?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock is late, huh?
Why is that late? We'll be back.
Mincha is at 6.
Yeah, there's no shalosh for this. We'll be done by 6.
What time is Minchet Yavne?
Well, we're going to learn. Let's learn at 5:15. Let's learn at 5 o'clock because I want to try to do two blot. Okay, so for Abe and I'm going to try to do Mem Vav and Mem Zion Shabbos because we can't learn on Sunday. We don't learn Torah on Sunday. I think Sunday night we'll be breaking our fast. So I think we'll try to do two tomorrow. So 5 o'clock.
I think you're a blot ahead, by the way. Daf ahead, or you're not a daf ahead?
Okay, if we're a daf ahead, then
Let me just check. I'll just check if we're daf ahead. I think
still we'll try to keep up. We'll try to
Keep the duff.
huh?
Keep the duff ahead.
Yeah.
We'll keep a daf ahead just in case. We have time tomorrow. And Walter, if Mincha's at 6 o'clock. We'd have Mincha there, and then we come home at 6:30, and then there's a.
I have a minion here. I have a minion here earlier, so.
Today is 44, by the way, so that we are ahead one.
Yeah, today I said that we're ahead one.
Okay, good. So we're on Memhei Mishnah. Hagoyim ha'oivdim es haharim es hagvos. Let's say a goy worships Mount Everest or a beautiful valley. Hein mutarin, they cannot aser a natural thing. But masha'aleim asur. Let's say they build something out of gold or silver on the mountain, so that they can aser. Shenemar, psilei Elohim tisrufum be'esh lo sachmot kesav v'zav aleim. That gold and silver things that are on the mountain of Avodah Zara, then they can be prohibited. Rabbi Yosef Lili Oimer, how do we know that the mountain and the valley itself cannot become asered? The pasuk says, "Abei ta'abdun es kol mekomos asher abdu sham hagoyim." You have to destroy all the places that the goyim worshipped. Es Elohehem al heharim haramim v'al agvaos. They're gods on mountains and in valleys. V'tachas kol eitz ra'anah, and underneath a tree. And the Gemara, the Mishnah is medayik. Eloheim she'al heharim, v'lo heharim Eloheim. The gods that are built on their mountains, but not the mountains if they were worshipped as a god. And Eloheim al hagvos, v'lo hagvos Eloheim. And even though they might have made a certain valley and they worshipped it, they can't aser it. Well then, why don't we medayik about an eitz? Right? Asura. They should say, just like it said, the tachas kol eitz ra'anan. The eitz ra'anan, if they worship it, they shouldn't be able to aser it, just what's underneath it. So why is an Asherah tree prohibited? A tree requires a human being to plant it. So there's a mountain and a valley has nothing to do with a human being. So since the human being is involved in planting it, Rabbi Akiva has a different answer. Ani ovin, it means I understand, or I will explain the adun lefanecha, and I will explain this pasuk differently. Kol mokem shatam motzei har gavua v'giva nesia. Any place that you find a beautiful mountain, a high mountain, or a beautiful valley, ve'etz ranan, you should know that sheyesh sham avodah zara. Must be that the avodah zara made an avodah zara there. Rabbi Yosef Lilu Hainu Tanakama. I mean, what's the difference? Rabbi Yosef Lilu Tanakama is the same thing. Amrav Chama, Amrav Yesh Lakish, Tzipui Har Kahar Ikibinai. If they cover the mountain with gold, does it become like the mountain or not? Tanakama is Tzipui Har Eino Kahar. Umitzer. Just the covering, even though it's mechuber to the ground, does not become like the ground. The ground they can't prohibit, but the gold they can't prohibit. But Rav Yosef Lius or Tzipur Har Hareu Kahar. The golden covering of the mountain becomes like the mountain. Just like they can't prohibit the mountain, they can't prohibit the gold. But Rav Sheshes Kula Alma Tzipur Har Eino Kahar. Really, everybody agrees that you cannot make the tzipui, the coverings on the mountain, like the mountain. That first they planted a regular tree. It was not planted l'shem Asheva. Later on, they decided to worship it. Since it's mechuber to the karka, you can't aser it. If later on you decide to worship it, just like you can't prohibit the mountain, you can't worship that which has been planted in the mountain. But Rav Yosef Yisrover, Ilun Shanatu, Ulasov Avdu Asr. He learns differently. Even though the tree was not planted l'shem avodah zara, but later on they worshipped it Asr. Why? Mimai. Miditani Sefer. The Sefer of the Mishnah said, Mipnei ma Asherah Asura. Mipnei sheyesh bat tfisas yidei adam. Why is an Asherah Asur, even though it's connected to a natural thing like the ground? Because the human being has planted it. Therefore, kol sheyesh bat tfisas yidei adam Asur. And that's enough for the human being planted it. That's enough for it to make it possible for him to Asur it if he worships it. The chol sheyesh bat tfisas adam lasuyimai. What do you have to add that statement? It's lav lasui ilan shenato v'sof avdu. According to Rabbi Yosef Glili, it's clear that that was added for a tree that was originally planted not l'shem avodah zarah, but later on worshipped. V'af Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda Sovar ilan shenato v'sof avdu oster. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda agrees with Rabbi Yosef Glili. How do I know that? I'm going to quote a Baraisa, the Tanya. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda B'toch shenemar Eloheihem al hehori. They're gods on a mountain. V'lo heharim Elohim, but not if they turn the mountain into a god. Eloheihem al agvos, v'lo gvos Eloheihem. So then Shomea ani, based on that, I would understand Tachas koletz ranan Eloheihem, v'lo eitz ranan Eloheihem, that only a statue that was planted under a tree becomes avodah zarah, but not the tree itself. So Talmud Loimer v'ashereihem tisrafun ba'esh. There are Asherah trees, you need to burn them. And therefore, a tree that was later even not necessarily planted initially for that purpose, but even later on worshipped, they can asr it banu. So then what's the purpose for the Gemara? Tachas koletz ranan lamali. What do you have to add that superfluous word? Hahul Rabbi Kiva huda asa. Dam Rabbi Kiva ani oivin v'odun fanecha, like he explained. Kol makom shata motzei har gavua v'giva nesiya ve'etz ranan. Anytime you find a beautiful mountain or a beautiful valley or a beautiful tree, you know for sure dash yesh sham avodah zarah. I've Rabbanon who hold that if you plant a tree initially, not for avodah zarah, and later on you worship it, you do not asur it. What do they do with the limud? Hai v'ashereihem tisrafun b'eish ma'avdilei. V'boilei li'in shenatu metchila lekach. That comes to teach you that an asherah tree that was planted initially, l'shem asherah, and right away, avodah zarah, that's asur b'no, and not only that, it's chayv sreifa. He needs to teach me that din as well for a primary asherah tree to be burned. So how can you, Rabbi Yossi, you claimed used it for something else? So the Gemara says, Hachanami. He learns that a regular tree planted mitchil avodah zarah you have to burn. Ella ilan shenatul v'sof avdu benole. So now we need another source for a tree that was initially planted not for avodah zarah but later on worshipped. So where does he learn it from? Nafkilei, it says v'ashereihem tigadeun. Tigadeun means you have to cut it down. Ezeu eitz shegidu. Asr but the ikaramuter. The tree, the branches, the bark, after you cut an asherah tree down, is asr, but the roots are permitted. Which type? Have you omer ilan shenatul v'sof avdo? That's a tree that you initially planted, not l'shem avodah zarah. So it took root. It's a davar mutter. Now you worship it. Only those things that grow afterwards become asr. But initially, that which was in the ground already is not prohibited. Afraid the Gemara Vaha. But Rabbi Yehuda doesn't learn from the pasuk Vasherehem Tigadeon. He learns it from Vasherehem Titzrun Ba'esh Kanosav Le Talmuda. So Ilulo Nema Ka'amar. This is how you have to understand Rabbi Yossi. Ilulo Nema Titzrun Ba'esh. If the Torah would not have written that an asher tree you have to burn, Hayisi Omer, I still would have been left with Asherehem Tigadeon, which is Be'ilan Shanotu Mitchilu Lekach. But I would have thought it only refers to a tree that was originally planted l'avodah zarah. Hasha T'sliv Asherehem Titzrun Ba'esh, which that goes for an initial avodah zarah tree. Ayaterle, then we're left with extra words Vasherehem Tigadeon. What is that for? Le'ilan Shanotu Ulvasof Avdu, for a tree that was originally planted, not l'avodah zarah. Exactly like we've been learning. The problem is the Rabbanon. They don't hold that a tree that was planted initially not for avodah zarah, they hold that such a tree is permitted. So then they're stuck with Hai Vasherehem Tigadeon Ma'avdilei. What do they do with this lachura, what seems to be a superficial or superfluous pasuk? So they use it for Rabbi Yoshu ben Levi. Tarvish Ben Levi, Gidue Avodah Zara Kodmin L'Kibush Eretz Yisrael. Chopping down trees that were worshipped, you do that even before you start conquering the other nations in Eretz Yisrael. And then, Kibush Eretz Yisrael Kodim Lebir Avodah Zara. But then, before you completely destroy every Avodah Zara, you have to do the conquering. So there's an order. Just like when you go into Eretz Yisrael, there's Minui Melech, and then there's Mechias Amalek, and then there's Binya's Beis HaMikdash. Here too, there was an order. The Tanur of Yosef. There's a pasuk that says, "V'nitatztem es mizbachosam." You shall destroy their mizbeachs. V'shibartem es mizbachosam. You should break their mizbeachs. Ba'asherehem tisrafun ba'esh. You should burn their asherah trees. Meaning, v'nitatztem es mizbachosam v'hanach. Try, take a mallet and break up their mizbeachs and leave them the way they are. V'shibartem es matzevosam. Break him v'hanach. What do you mean? Don't destroy it? Streifa boy, you have to burn him. On Rav Huna, meaning leave it, reduf, go chase the nations and destroy them, then va'akar chasorv. That initially what you do is you break them as mizbeach, and then you leave them as they are. Then you go to battle. Then you come back and you get rid of it completely with streifa. Same din for an ilan, for a tree that was planted, and then you worshipped it. For Rav Yosef, Rav Yehuda, high svor about breaking and leaving, minola, he doesn't have a pasuk to give us that. Nafkalei, me'abed te'abdun. The fact that there's a double language. Abed, so first, like, chop it up, and then you later on, you burn it completely. Rabbanan, what do they learn with the double language of Abed te'abdun? When you come and uproot eventually everything, and you can't leave any part of it, you have to even dig out the roots, and you have to get rid of any zecher of the Avodah Zara. Where does he see the command to go after the roots? Nafkalei. Get rid of even their name. For Rabbanon, hahu, that pasuk is lakanus lo shem. You have to give it a name like, Yoshka Pundrik or something. You have to give it a bad name. After you destroy it, you refer to it in a bad way. The time of Lezer Oimer. You have to dig after its roots. Talmud Loimar, v'badatem et shmam, and then there's a dialogue with Rabbi Akiva. Okay, so everybody, number one, have a good Shabbos. Number two, have a easy fast.
Right.
Those we don't see, and those on this side of town, we'll see you in Shabbos at 5 o'clock.
Very good.
5 o'clock or 5:15? What is it?
5. You said 5.
5? Okay, good. Okay.
You know what? Let's make it 5:15. 5:15 is fine.
All right.
Make it 5:15.
Okay. Good
Okay.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.